Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Pooya Liana Lounge for episode number
39.
38. Close
38.
enough. I am one half your host, Dr. Liana Boris, and with me,
Oh, I'm Pooya Zanvakili.
why?
I was put on the spot. It was called improv. Yes, and
Nothing easier, quite as easy as just saying my name.
oh, my mom's calling. Should we answer it on pod?
No, just answer it.
Hi, Mom. We're recording the PAL.
Right now?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. Oh, Mom says hi.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll call you later. It's about mRNA.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Yeah. All right. We can talk about that later.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Love you. I'll call you when we're done. Bye-bye now. Oh, okay. It's about science. So, pretty
Yeah.
cool. Pretty cool stuff.
I mean, good. We don't have to hear it.
That's so mean.
And a skip. Yeah.
Forward. Yeah. Okay. But no. Okay, fine. Let's redo it. Hi. I'm Pooya.
I'm Pooya.
No, you're Liana. I'm Pooya.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I'm
Restart.
Pooya.
And I'm Dr. Liana Boris.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk with my mommy about microRNA later.
mRNA, not microRNA. mRNA and microRNA are two very different things. I mean, not very different, but they're different. They're very different. No, they are. They're very different. They are. What are you doing? No.
I corrected him. I put him in his place.
I just think it's important that we speak accurately about science.
I
these
agree.
days.
I agree.
MicroRNA are like tiny pieces of RNA. They're very short, and mRNA is longer, and they
In
have
my
two different
defense,
functions.
you deal with tiny stuff.
What's that supposed to mean?
Like everything's through a microscope. So how
No,
am I?
not everything is through a microscope.
Well,
You can see the organoid. Okay. Well, you know what? We're getting into the weeds. How are you? What's going on? Episode 39.
I
8.
might have to get into my weeds to talk to you.
Yeah, you wish.
I'm good. Yeah, what were we saying? Oh,
How
am
are
I?
you?
I'm
Yeah.
doing good. I'm doing good.
Okay.
Busy,
Yes.
but good busy.
Sure.
We have a lot of endings and beginnings happening right now. On
Okay.
a back-to-back tip. Big Brother, close to ending.
Yep.
Survivor, close to beginning. I'm sure we'll talk about both of those shows in
Traders
this podcast.
Ireland, close
Traders
to ending.
Ireland, close to ending. Celebrity UK Traders, close to beginning.
Technically, it's the first day of fall, so summer has ended. Fall has begun.
Technically.
Well, according to my boss, I don't know if that's real or not.
It is.
But she said she
it was
like,
over the
happy
weekend.
first day
Over
of
the
fall.
weekend was the last day of summer.
Okay. Yeah.
And then Traders Canada soon to begin also.
Mm-hmm.
September is almost ending.
September's almost
Someone
ending.
wake up,
oh my
Green
God,
Day.
October.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh
it's
my
about
God.
to be Halloween season.
We also missed the Earth, Wind, and Fire September day. Or at least I did.
Something.
Do you remember?
Yeah, what's the day they say? 21st of September?
There you go.
Damn, nailed it.
Yeah.
We didn't miss it. I lived through it.
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, sure.
Like, what do you mean? I didn't acknowledge it, so
I
it
guess
count?
we didn't celebrate.
Yeah. What'd I do? Was it Saturday? No.
Bro.
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
Well, Sunday. I did my stream. We did our draft. And did we watch football after that? No.
Which part was the fire part? That'd be the Survivor part. Right? Because of
Oh.
fire. Survivor. Earth. Did you touch grass?
Yeah.
Okay. So we touched grass.
Mhm.
Water. I drank plenty of water. And earth. Well, this is. Oh, wait. We touched grass. Oh, wait.
All right.
Earth, wind. Okay. Air. I breathed. Nailed it.
Yeah.
We celebrated appropriately.
Are you happy? You got your clamio now?
I don't
Can you?
Oh, a clameo. Wait, that's actually so cute.
I think
Have you said that before?
think so.
Okay, well, my brain has not processed the distinct. Oh my God. Pearl jumped up and it like smacked the cat tree against the wall. It was very scary. Thwomp. Little chonko.
It is a thwomp.
Okay, lay down now.
Yeah. So I've been busy.
Yeah.
I've been busy, but
Yeah.
in a good way. What about you? How are you?
Oh, well, speaking of air. My family members were on an American Airlines flight and saw that RHAP is one of the like official podcasts of American Airlines.
Mhm.
And I kid you not, maybe like 24 hours after, they saw, like they were on the flight. I saw a Reddit post.
I was about to bring that up.
Were you really? It's so I haven't taken. I need to ask them. But
The world is mad.
The world is mad at Rob.
Basically, I think if I have this correctly, and someone in the comments, I'm sure will correct
saved
it.
the post, so I have it.
Why? No. It's not the post for me. It's the fact that, so I think what happens is every time you start a program, Rob is one of the pre-roll ads that you can't skip before your content. So people are annoyed with seeing Rob constantly.
Yes. It's like a 30-second ad that plays at the beginning of everything. And it's on the American Airlines subreddit. And the title of the post says, "Don't know why, but this guy annoys me." And it's a picture of Rob. And one of the top comments is, "Just went to London and back. Must have watched that about 100 times. It's so irritating."
You know what? The best part is they're not going to put 2 and 2 together. They're going to tune in for the traders in January. Like, wait, I know that guy.
Oh,
it's American Airlines guy.
I mean, it's if the people don't like reality, like if they're not watching reality TV, then I understand. It is a little bit of a niche advertisement.
I would even go as far as to say, if you watch reality TV, you might be like, who is this guy? Because we get that a lot.
Sure. Yeah. But I mean, like, for the advertisement to watch over and over again, like, I can understand why it would be annoying. And I don't even think that's on Rob. If I saw anything 100 times, I would be incredibly annoyed.
I still have core hatred memories of ads I've seen on, like, YouTube back in the day that I couldn't skip. I'm like, oh, I hate this person.
You just immediately have that emotion.
Even now when I see them, I'm like, screw you. I remember that. So that's not good.
Yeah.
I would have assumed he would have been in a rotation of, like, 5-6 ads that would get circulated. Not every single one. But also, if you saw it 100 times, that means that you watched, like, you were indecisive. Pick what you want to watch a little carefully.
Yeah.
How about that? I say as someone who definitely also does the same shit. Also, where are you going to go? Like, it's like you got nowhere else to be. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they've trapped you.
Yeah, like, just watch the thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
My favorite comment on that Reddit thread, though, is the joke from Derek. So it's in the words of Derek Levasseur. His name is Rob. He's a really good person and actually being a pretty good podcast host so far. So let's at least respect him enough to call him by his name when you're fishing for likes. Which is so funny.
It's going to go over so many people's heads too, though.
I mean, it's an inside joke, right? And it's like amusing to the people who know, but I do have empathy for those American airline passengers who have no idea who this man is and are being constantly bombarded by him. I can't blame them. It was also just very sad to see because obviously I love Rob and I love RHAP, but also very funny at the same time. So, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. I thought that was hilarious. Also, old business regarding the Pilates instructor flirting. So Kirsten, friend of the pod, reached out and said, "I don't think that they're flirting with you. I think you're just the like star student, like you're the teacher's pet of the class," which that I would also potentially accept.
Well, now I don't want to call it flirting.
Wait, what? Why?
Because that comparison makes it icky.
Oh, yeah, like that Sting song or the Police song.
Just a teacher flirting with a student is all I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do have another piece of evidence that I'd like to submit to the court.
So you're saying that Kirsten's theory was this, but you still might think
No, I don't necessarily, I don't know where I land. I do think I probably side with Kirsten's theory. I think that that's most likely the most accurate. But I will say that we have this, it's called the reformer, and you gear out on the reformer, and every instructor, every person I have ever heard calls it gearing out. And she came over came over twice to ask me if I was okay. And she was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I should have helped you." Peg out, also, by the way, is the phrase that she used.
Okay.
So she was like, "I should have helped you." And I was like, "Oh, no. Like, I'm right at the height cutoff. So, and my body proportions are a little bit weird. So there's some things where it's better that I don't gear out. And there's some things where it's better that I do gear out." But she came over twice to make sure that like I was okay. The first time I wasn't geared out for a certain exercise and she like felt like I looked a little cramped. So she was like, "Oh, do you need help? Like, let me help you." I was like, "Oh, no, I'm okay." And then the next time we did something, I geared myself out because I know how to do it. And she came over and she was like, "Oh, do you need help? Like, can I help you?"
You're so small.
"Oh, I'm just a baby. I'm just a little baby that needs help." but I don't. I'm a grown woman, and I know how to gear myself out and gear myself back in.
Sounds
Except
like
for
you
that
need
one
help,
time.
man.
Except for that one time, I did gear myself out and I broke the machine. But I was told
So
that was not my fault.
That's why.
It was a different instructor.
She was given a heads up.
It was a different instructor.
She was like, this woman's broken one. Make sure she gears out properly.
I've actually broken 2 reformers.
Oh my God.
I've never broken a single reformer at my other Pilates studio, and now I've broken 2. The first one I geared out and I couldn't gear back.
With the
I'm
machinery.
not too rough with the machine. I'm doing it just like everybody else. And I was explicitly told that the gearing out one was not my fault. I was also told that the spring, when I broke the spring, was also not my fault. Okay? So.
What do you think, Clem? She being a little defensive to you?
No, I'm not being defensive. I'm just simply explaining the position that I have, which is that I am capable of being on the Pilates reformers and taking care of them. It's not my fault. It could have happened to anybody. Could have happened to anybody. Could have happened to anybody. All right? Could have happened to anybody.
All right. So I don't think that was evidence what you presented.
Okay.
I don't think she's flirting.
Okay. So I think that's probably where we're landing, that I'm just like the teacher's pet and she's just being nice.
That is honestly like fits your character though. Like,
what is that supposed to mean?
Just an observation is all.
Explain.
It needs explanation.
Yes, explain what you mean by that.
I'm the keen one. I want to learn all the things, and I come in and all excited like it's the first day of school, and I put my stuff down, and then I get in the equipment, and I'm ready, and I have my ready face on. I'm smiling. I'm like, okay, let's gear in, because we're gearing for a bumpy ride, but it's not bumpy. It's going to be smooth, because I know what I'm doing. That's you.
I want to argue back, but you are so correct.
Thank you.
That's
me. What I meant.
That's me with pretty much
everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, because if I'm going to do something, I might as well freaking try. You know what I mean?
No, it's not a negative thing. It's just because you do that.
Yeah.
Some people also do that. Mm-hmm. But I think a lot of other people, like, for example, if I'm in the same class, mm-hmm. I'm doing the opposite. I'm like, I'm here, but like, ain't nobody, I'm not trying to, draw any attention. I'm just trying to get through this and dip out.
So I did see a TikTok that was like, when you're building habits, it's okay to suck. It's not okay to skip. Mm-hmm. So they were talking about like going to the gym, and it was like, go to the gym, go for 5 minutes. It's okay to suck. Don't skip.
5 minutes is still better than no minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And
mm-hmm.
also just to remember to like keep your body in the habit. So for whatever that might be, it's okay to suck, but it's not okay to skip.
That's right.
I actually really loved that. And and that is very helpful for someone who is, it's not okay to skip and it's not okay to suck. So like that's my problem. And then what happens is I get burnt out and I get sick and I get tired. So we're trying to avoid
it's like
that.
All of us have the same fuel tank. And so some of us will use like 2% for the task. Some of us will use 90. The key is to find somewhere around 40, 50, maybe 60, 40 to 60 to make it work.
I would consider it like Stardew Valley, where you have an energy bar and for the whole day, and you have to allocate your energy appropriately. And on some days you just have to use up most of your energy by like midday, but other days you need to like spread it out, and you need to make sure you can get home and get to bed at the end of the day. Yeah. So
I've spent a lot of my life using like, how they say about smartphones? They're like, don't charge your phone beyond like 80%.
Oh, like keep it between like 30 to 80 or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like I keep it between like 80 to 60. So
like you don't go lower.
But when I need the tank, I got the tank. But I think that's what's been challenging the last like couple of years, is that it has been a lot more usage than that. But the adjustment period has been a lot. Like, it's like I'm a phone that's not learned what my battery capacities are. I don't know. All the analogies all over the place.
Yeah. But yeah, so that happened. And then the other thing that happened to me is I rubbed my eye too hard and my eye got swollen.
Yeah. We don't need to talk about the ins and outs of this. I'm just happy you're better now and everything's good. But I don't think of myself as someone who's very knowledgeable. Okay. To do with streaming, yes. To do with podcasting, sure. To do with tech stuff, always. But with other stuff, I don't really feel like I'm well versed, so I don't really give advice or recommendations. But there's a few things in the other stuff that I feel like I know what I'm talking about, so I'll be passionate about it. So Liana was rubbing her eye, and I was like, don't use the tip of your finger. Use the back of your fingers, back of your hand even, because the tip of the finger, like this is the dirtiest part of the hand. Don't do it. Also, you're pushing it in. That's going to make it bad. And Liana's like, it doesn't matter. It's the same either way. And I don't think it is. I don't And even if it's the same, then, but I say do it this way, then do it this way.
My eye was swollen, not because of any presence of any type of microorganism. No bacteria,
How
no
do you
nothing.
know? You an optometrist?
As someone who does this happens to, unfortunately, frequently, I'm not paying attention. My eyes get itchy, or not even itchy. Sometimes I just like subconsciously will rub my eye, whether it be with my nubbin or my fingy. And it's the physical rubbing is what causes the issue.
How
and
hard are you rubbing?
Let me tell
The
you why.
genie's gonna
Let me
come out
tell
of
you
there?
why. Let me tell you why. I mean, I wish I would love some free wishes. But
They're
the
not
reason
free.
why it happens, yes, they are. They're free wishes. You
No,
get 3 free wishes.
It's 3 wishes.
3 free wishes. You
No,
don't owe anything.
There's
You don't
never a
pay-
mention of price, but there's also never a mention of free. You get 3 wishes.
Yeah, free. They're free though. You don't have to pay anything. I mean, I guess like
But the phrasing isn't you get 3 free wishes or I get free wishes. You said I would like some free wishes, and that's not what that is. It's 3 wishes.
but I want them to be free.
Okay, no one put a price on it though.
Okay. But I'm just clarifying.
To be clear, if you got wishes, you would pay to make those wishes happen.
Well, it depends how expensive they are.
No.
If I ask for, I would like $1 billion, and then they're like, great, that costs you $1 trillion. Well,
No,
then
I
obviously
would like
I'm
to
not going to be able
think
to pay
if your
for it.
offer for money like that, it would be like time would be taken off of you.
Or like your
something.
foot.
Okay, grim.
Well, I don't know
I
what
was
the
thinking like,
conversion
oh,
rate
you want
is.
$1 million? Okay, we take 2 years off your life, kind of thing. I just think it's silly to think, oh, $1 billion. Okay, the cost is $3 billion. Then I don't need this then.
Well, I'm just telling you that it's unclear the price.
We
that's
are
why I'm
getting
saying
into
that
a
they're free.
philosophical weed and not enough of the green weed that we should be doing for this podcast.
Well, how much would that cost?
I don't know. Depends who your dealer is, I guess. No, what I'm trying to say is that you said free wishes and it's 3 wishes.
Yes.
There's no mention of free, but also the understanding, the story, the lore is that the wishes were indeed free of charge. You just got 3 of them.
Yeah. Although also there could be some like loopholes potentially in the wishes, right? That could end up coming
I'd like
back
to
and
think
biting
there's
you in
no
the butt.
loopholes.
Yeah, I would hope so too. But from the eye genie, you never know. So the reason why it happens is because I have very temperamental skin. Okay.
Oh, just skin?
And I, as a human being, both me, personality-wise, and my skin are both extremely temperamental. Okay, and she's a work in progress, and we're testing different products. The problem is that it takes forever to test. Okay, whatever. Anyway, that's not the point. I go about it in a very scientific way. Mm-hmm. When I use too many of some of these products, my skin is very prone to that happening because the eye area is very sensitive. So when I'm testing a new product, for example, there is a higher likelihood that my eye will have that kind of reaction. And so I have to be very cautious about what products I use.
But then if you don't itch it,
okay,
won't
but let
swell
me
up.
explain what happened. I was trying a new makeup palette because it was the day we recorded the B&B, and I was trying a new makeup palette for my eye makeup, and you want to know where it got irritated? Right here where I put the wing. So that shade of eye makeup I can't use. But it didn't happen on both, and I used the same shade on both. So I think it had to have been a combination of both the eyeshadow and the physical rubbing. That's my personal conclusion on the subject matter. Now, all of that being said, fine, whatever your theory is on thumb v fingy or nubbin v fingy, I'm okay with that theory. Like, I'm all right with that. Without doing the petri dish swabs, we're never gonna know, but fine. I would accept that premise. But I'm telling you that did not make a difference. Whether I had rubbed fingy or nubbin, it wouldn't have mattered.
Okay, then if it doesn't matter, then just don't do fingy from now on.
No, you think I want to be up there swabbing my own eye? No, of course I don't. It's just like a habit, and it happens.
It felt good, didn't it? It felt good at the time.
It does.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's like using the
Well, that's the
cotton
thing.
swabs in your
My
ears.
parents would tell me to not use the index and use the back.
Yeah.
And I was like, this doesn't it doesn't hit the same.
It doesn't hit the same.
Yeah. But then I was like, okay, fair, valid. I won't do it. And now if I can, pass on some information down. You give me so much knowledge about stuff that I don't need or
want.
or I am getting more than I bargained for. Let me give you the foundationals that I have. The
I don't
fundamentals.
think you're wrong. Like, I'm not disagreeing with you, okay? So just to make that clear.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, so then my eye was swollen for the draft, so the Survivor draft.
You
so
had glasses on though. It wasn't
yeah,
visible.
well, I'm still not wearing eye makeup, or like I'm not doing anything with my eyes, so that's why I'm wearing the glasses, because I'm not putting anything around there, just so it can fully heal, even though the swelling went down as of yesterday.
There were some comments in the video for the draft saying you look very good.
Oh, well, maybe I should have my eyes swollen more often.
Well, I think it's because you don't wear glasses on pod often.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Because they reflect and it looks
That
awkward.
is the only, like, I've been wearing mine when I'm like on my computer, but
Yeah.
when I'm streaming or podcasting, the
Same.
light just glares unless I use a certain angle and I have to like look at the camera like that. I'm like, I don't want
Yeah.
to do that for 2 hours.
And these are my like close-up glasses, which I should be using for the computer, but which I do normally, like at work. But
I mean, I could just get you non-prescription ones.
yeah, but I need them for the computer.
Yeah, but for right now, you need it for visual, you know?
Oh, sure. Yeah, but also it helps me see you.
Do you not see me regularly?
You're just closer through my glasses, and I like being close to you.
Okay, that's very nice.
Nah.
All right, well, I think in that entire time, the one question I asked you, you never answered, which was,
Wait, what was your question?
how are you?
I told you my eye got swollen.
Okay. What are you blinking for,
Oh, now my eye is. I can't. Like,
Don't
it's.
think about it. Don't
It's
think about it. Don't think
psychosomatic.
about it.
It's
Don't
like
think
in my
about
own
it.
head. Now I'm like, oh my god, my
Doesn't
eye is
matter.
irritated.
You don't have eyes.
I don't have eyes.
You don't have eyes. Just don't think about it.
Okay, the eyes have it.
All right, you don't need to open it. I mean, close it. Anyway,
I was just practicing.
where would you like to go? Would you like to talk about... I want to talk about one of these two shows out the gate here.
Okay, I have a question for you first before we get into it,
Sure.
because this sparked a philosophical debate. Not a philosophical debate per
Where?
se, but at
In
work.
the town square? Okay,
No,
at
what?
work.
What do you think? I like go out there with the
It
town
sparked
crier?
a philosophical debate?
Yes.
Is a... Okay.
What do you mean? You think that's a weird sentence to say?
No, go ahead.
You do. You're judging me. Okay.
I never said that.
So we're having a discussion about the definition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a scenario, okay? And I want you to tell me what you think. And I'm not going to define the people in this conversation,
Sure.
okay? So person
me to
A says to person B, and these are two people who are cohabitating. Person A says, "Hey, the top of my water bottle is missing." Person B goes, "Oh, it's not just the top of your water bottle. We're also missing a few other dishes like the spoon and the grabby tongs and a glass." Okay. And so then that person also says, "I think they just moved." So that person says, "I think we may have left them in the dishwasher at the old place."
Person
Okay?
B says
Person
that.
B says this. And person A says, "Oh, okay. Well, what other dishes are we missing?" And person B goes, "I told you, your water bottle cap, the spoon, the tongs,
Cool.
da 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 da." And person A goes, "Yeah, but what dishes?" Which spawned the conversation of, what do you define as dishes? Would the utensils that were listed be included as dishes? Or when you think dishes, do you only think plates and bowls?
And smaller plates. I think when you're doing the dishes, it's all encompassing. It's everything.
Okay. Yes.
But when you're talking in those specific, especially because the context of this conversation was tongs were specified.
Yes.
And bottle cap was specified.
Yes.
Everything was like, if there were quote unquote dishes, this person would have said that. They didn't, which means they mentioned all the things that are missing. So to me, I understand if someone's like, but no, they never said what dishes, because I was thinking of plates and bowls and stuff. But I think that when specificity has entered the chat, you can leave it at, okay, well, they said everything specific, which means they would have said plates, they would have said bowls, so it's fine.
Like the context basically gives you the cue that tells you that we're not just referring to plates and bowls.
Yeah.
Okay. Because then the other debate, so doing the dishes, that was another context that we brought up, which I think also encompasses, it's like, if I tell you to do the dishes, you're not going to leave the spoons and the
pan.
cups,
Yeah.
right? Just because they're not defined as dishes. But if I say, I'm going to go buy some dishes, right? Or like, please set the table with...
Buy dishes is plates
and bowls. So here's what okay, so I'm happy to hear you agreeing. So this is, I think, where the consensus was going in terms of the discussion, which is that the context matters. In that particular argument, dishes does imply the silverware, and it should, like, there's no reason for the ticky tack. But depending on the context, dishes are like an overarching term you can use to refer to cups, plates, bowls, silverware, but also there's a subset of dishes which are only bowls and plates. So for example, it's like children. We've had this conversation before. Children reply, in my opinion, is anyone 0 to 18 is a child. But then you have teenagers, children, toddlers, and babies within that. But children can refer to either 0 to 18 or like between toddler to teen as well. So you can use the same term to refer to a subset within a majority group.
Yeah.
Okay, great. But I would be curious to hear from the audience if anybody disagrees or has another opinion, because we're soliciting thoughts on this, and this is very important.
I feel like it didn't need to be. Y'all put the philosophical tag on it. This didn't need to be philosophical.
It ended up being a very long discussion.
That is wild, because to me, it all comes down to context.
Well, that was where we got eventually. Yes.
Yeah.
But it was not immediately obvious. Like, I'm summarizing for you our whole, like, the conversation took a lot longer to sort of like go through the whole thing.
At the end of the day, it's called the dishwasher. And
oh, that's good too.
Everything fits in the dishwasher.
I'm going to bring that up.
You're going to reignite this debate? This sounds like y'all should be working. What is going on at this workplace? Clock in.
It was during break.
Uh-huh.
Well, what the problem
Y'all
is...
talk, how long
okay,
ago? You talked about this the entire break and dishwasher never came up?
No, we didn't think of dishwasher. Well, washing the dishes came up, but not the machine dishwasher was not brought up. No. Okay, the issue is like we start
at a workplace.
Yeah.
Dishwasher is a job.
That is correct. Yes, that would also fall under that
category. Every item in the kitchen counts as a dish.
Correct.
Or
it gets washed.
Or it can be food. That was a great dish.
Okay, so I brought up that one too, that I was like, you can refer to it as like, oh, I'm going to bring my favorite dish, which doesn't, that implies food will be brought with the dish.
Not to be that guy, but person A is wrong.
Okay, so that's what I said too.
Yeah. Like, I feel like person A could have taken a second to deduce that person B gave enough, like you said bottle cap, person B then fired back with these other 4 items. Therefore, there's not more. If there was more, person B would have been like, matter of fact, this.
Yeah, or like, is that everything? Were there other things missing instead of being like, you didn't mention the dishes? Yeah. So, okay. All right, great. Everybody will be thrilled to hear that.
Except for person A. Person A ain't gonna like that.
Yeah. Well, person A wasn't there.
Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. Fun.
Yes. Okay, great. Thank you very much. I appreciated that.
No worries. Okay. So, would you like to then dive into Big Brother first or Survivor first?
You pick.
I pick? Okay, if I'm picking, by this time next week, we would have seen the winner of Big Brother crowned already. And we can talk about like the first boot of Survivor, I guess.
Yeah.
But also, we can talk about that in like 10 minutes. So Big Brother is about to end. As of the time of recording this, Morgan has won the final HOH, not the final HOH, the final 4 HOH.
And veto.
And the final veto of the season.
Correct.
As things stand, Ava and Ashley are on the block. She's probably not going to use the veto. And Vince is going to cast his vote to evict, I assume, Ava.
Yep.
Leaving the judges' final 3 intact. And then Morgan is like 1 win away from winning the whole thing. Or an Ashley win away from being blindsided.
I mean,
Maybe?
If I understand everything correctly, the final 3, I think based on competition prowess with what we've seen, Vince and Morgan are going to be sitting in those final 3 HOH.
I mean, the final part 3
part
of the
three of the final HOH chairs, which means one of them, Vince or Morgan, will win.
That's the likely call.
Which means those 2 will be at the final 3. Like, Ashley has to win unless one of them pulls some crazy shenanigans.
Right.
So that's what I anticipate. I think Ashley will be 3rd. I think Morgan will win, and I think Vince will come in 2nd.
I think that's what it looks like to me also.
Yeah.
Which is very fun because this would mark, first of all, this would be the, I think this is the 3rd time since 4th time since BB23 that the person I had first overall on my draft board and my winner pick wins. Xavier won. Taylor was my first pick. Then we saw One Night of Feeds, and that's the only time. I'm so annoyed. I won that draft, so I would have put myself first and picked Taylor.
Yeah.
But then that was the only draft where we watched One Night of Feeds, and it was looking so bad that I didn't give myself first pick.
Yeah.
And I didn't pick her. Anyway, doesn't matter. Taylor. And then 25, I was coming in rooting for Jag. He got evicted, still won. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was riding a high. 26, we got mad humbled because I was nowhere near the mark. And then this season, I wanted Morgan. And then Melissa came into the draft, gave Amon. Melissa came in, gave Amon second pick, shoved me in sixth pick. Amon wasn't even there. Amon did the draft pick for Amon.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to come in and be like, that was an asterisk and just mess with him a little bit. But no, congratulations to Amon. Hard-fought victory. Finally, Amon gets one under his belt. He's been waiting for this moment for so long.
Please don't curse him, assuming Morgan wins, right?
I want Morgan to win. Okay. I have Vince. I want Morgan to win.
Yeah.
So I hope nothing goes wrong. I mean, it would be the perfect end to not prevent. It would be the saving end to what has been a very up and down season. And her and Vince, we've talked about this already, have hard carried the feeds basically since Rachel went out.
So I saw someone on Reddit define the 3 eras of this season of Big Brother. Era 1, chaos. Era 2, Rachel. Era 3, cheat mans.
Yeah, that's very fair. That's very fair.
I think that was so accurate because the first 3 weeks were just like, what the hell is going on?
It was like the first 3 weeks of any season, you're like kind of trying to size everybody up to. So you're like, this was a misstep, but like I see potential there. Like they could be cooking. You know, let them figure it out for a second. And then we got to week 8, we're like, I can no longer say that. They're just bad. And like usually
they're just all so bad.
Yeah. So I think what's been very interesting to me is the amount of. So I get a lot more Big Brother content on my For You page now on TikTok than I used to, which first of all, the wildest thing is when I see my face pop up on my For You page and it's not a clip from RHAP or myself. I'm like, what is going on here? We'll talk about Mafia in a second. But I've been seeing a lot of Big Brother takes and like there's a lot of Keanu love out there.
Yeah.
Like a lot, like more than maybe Tucker love that I saw last year, I would argue. And maybe that's because I wasn't interacting with as much Big Brother stuff on TikTok last year. But it's a lot of, if Keanu doesn't win, this season sucks. Keanu's the only one who deserves the money. Like it's, if they like Keanu, that's fine. I'm like, you're a fan of Keanu, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's stuff like that I read and I'm like, how?
Because his TV edit, like
It's
you
golden.
have, it's so good. It's so good. I mean, that's the thing. And like, that's where there's so much discrepancy or can be so much discrepancy between the people who watch the live feeds and the people who only watch the TV, because the TV show, of course, is a narrative, right? It's information that's being spun with a certain perspective where some information's being included, some's being excluded in order to create that narrative. Whereas the live feed is just everything that happens.
The other thing though, is that there's a lot of responses just like that, where like the first comment would be, I'm in enemy territory, what do you mean? Like, or tell me you don't watch the feeds without telling me you don't watch the feeds. And then the responses are, I do watch the feeds, I still want Keanu. Like they're still doubling down. And like I think that, again, I don't see anything wrong with it until you're like, if Keanu doesn't win the game, this season sucked. Or Morgan, the amount of hate I'm seeing for Morgan is, I don't even want to read them because it gets under my skin. I get very irritated. Because the amount of people that have brought up some sound art, because like a lot of people are like doing what Julie's doing and putting it on Morgan. Yep. But then also will like celebrate Dr. Will, who famously, you know, king of the cheat man's that one.
Well, I think that those opinions are broader than the scope of just Big Brother. Like that's a societal issue.
Boo, you know society, boo you.
Like this is a patriarchal issue,
yeah.
Right? Where Keanu, the consistent misogynist but underdog, right, is being touted, and you
can be the worst person on the planet, which I'm not saying Keanu is. I genuinely think Keanu misunderstands things, and I think I'm really hoping he learns when he comes out, and I think he's gonna adjust. I do not doubt in my mind this guy will adjust. I'm not worried about that. I don't think he's a bad person. Yeah. But on Big Brother or on Survivor or any of these shows, if you are the underdog, you have not plot armor, but you are like Teflon. Yeah. Nothing you do or say, like majority will still be like, nope, still deserves it. Still hope he pulls it off. So it does not matter who you are, as long as you're the underdog, baby.
The other thing about this season of Big Brother that I saw, the inflection point, I think, in the season was Riley's eviction. That Ava and Vince flipping, like, that really changed the course of the season.
I mean, that was a 5-4 vote that Morgan stayed on. And she very well could be, which this statistic drove me nuts. I told you this in the car. She will be the third oldest winner we've had.
Yeah, that's
at 34. Happy birthday, by the way. And she'll be the oldest woman to have won the game at 34.
What? Because Evil Dick,
Mike Boogie.
Mike Boogie's
36 when he won. Evil Dick was 44 when he won. Morgan 34.
Yeah, that's outlandish.
I still can't get over remembering that and then be like, yeah, and then he was 36 when he won All Stars. 7 years later, or 6 years later, I don't know the math. Goes on to Big Brother 14.
Yeah.
What, as a 40-year-old? No,
42,
like 42-year-old.
Yeah.
And he's dressed, and they're acting like he's 60.
Old man Boogie.
Right. And I was like, the man was 40.
Yeah, that man has so
it really
much
puts
more...
it in perspective. Like Shelly in BB17 was like the old lady, and she was like 34.
Yeah, I know.
So
yeah,
wild.
That's tough.
Wild times.
Yeah. Plus, Boogie had so much more life to live, so more people to stalk. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't cut that man down. He's still in his prime.
Prime creepy. Yeah.
Prime being creepy.
He might be older, but he's in his creepy prime.
She's going through a creepy phase. It's fine.
Yeah. So I'm hoping for a Morgan win. Honestly, as long as Ava doesn't win, I think I can be fine with whatever other outcome.
I think so too. Yeah.
I did see. Sorry, I don't mean. I keep feeling I'm cutting you off, and I apologize.
Well, that's okay. I was going to change the subject.
So one last thing. I saw someone say that they would have been fine with a Vince win also, but because they feel like there's still a lot of people that are waiting for Vince to win just to be like he understood the game, and they were like, I do not want them to get what they want. I don't want them to have any right to stand on that at all. So if he doesn't win,
Vince cuts Morgan and takes
Ashley and then somehow pulls it off
and can pull off, yes, I would be very. Or if he cuts Ashley here, going against Morgan,
he pulls the Giesling,
wins and takes. Yeah, I think there's a universe for Vince to win. I think he's just got to pull a Chris Underwood and make like a super drastic move,
which is like the antithesis of everything we've seen Vince do.
Yeah. No.
But
he's
I agree.
Not gonna do it.
That's the only thing left in his arsenal, right? Is if he realizes, if he truly thinks I'm gonna lose no matter what, then change the narrative and bet on yourself. If you really think, because I think there's such a thing as thinking you're absolutely guaranteed no chance of winning, even if you make a move, then you're like, well, let me at least solidify 75 grand. That's still a lot of money.
Yeah.
That makes the time spent worthwhile.
Right.
But I think the other side of that is if you have some equity, and I have to believe, if you're somebody who's won 4 goddamn HOHs, you have some chance of a win.
Yeah.
Which he should have because he's won 4 HOHs. I think what he should do is absolutely go ahead and cut Ashley, blindside Morgan, cut Ashley and bet on himself, because worst case scenario, he loses the stuff and gets cut by Morgan, right?
Yeah.
That's the worst case scenario. But like the alternative is you just get mopped at final 2.
Yeah, I mean, the other option is, okay, still cut Ava and then cut Morgan at final 3 and take Ashley. Or
if he's too scared to like
if he wants to do the half measure.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, regardless, none of that is going to happen because it's not in Vince's character. And I think about this all the time when we're talking about reality TV show moves, where I'm like, look, I can map out a path that I could see you taking to win. But if it's not in someone's character or it's not like in their style of gameplay, they're never going to go for it, right?
Yeah, it either doesn't come across their mind because they wouldn't think
of
like
it. Yeah.
Or it comes across their mind, but you're like, you do not have the facilities to pull that off.
They wouldn't.
You do not have the characteristics to pull that off. Yeah. Because I think doing that cut is one thing. Then he has to own every move he's made as if he did it with purpose and not with this insecure, like, I didn't know. They pulled the wool over my eyes. Like,
and it might just be too late for that anyway, right?
Yeah, the ship might have sailed already. Like, perception's 9/10.
Sure.
And like, if that perception has been strong enough, that you can't shake that shit.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
All right.
Talk about philosophical. I could talk about that all day.
Considering perception, I want to close out a subject matter we discussed last week, which is we talked a little bit about the cast of Survivor and one castaway, Steven. So Steven, who is on the season.
What up, Steven?
Well, actually, let me clarify something first before we talk about Steven, because there was some confusion about this. I was born in Walnut Creek, California.
Good for you.
when I was young, my family moved to Colorado.
Good for them.
So I went to high school in Colorado.
Amazing.
All right. That's the distinction, because Savannah was born in Walnut Creek. I was born in Walnut Creek. But Steven and I both we both lived in the same area. Mm-hmm. And we had asked him, or the conversation come up. You had messaged him asking which high school he went to.
On the podcast.
Yes,
last
you did.
Week. And then we went into the draft, and he had still not replied to me.
Correct.
And it came up there.
It came up on the draft.
But
we finished the draft, and then all of a sudden, both of us get messages from Steven.
Which, by the way, like, I don't think Steven's watching this, but I still haven't replied to him.
Oh my God.
You replied already.
Yeah, but it's rapport. You're building connections. You're networking.
I intend on it. I haven't cleared the notification. It's still here, so I can reply.
Sure. Okay.
Sure.
No, whatever. You do what you do. You know, it's okay to suck. It's not okay to skip. So.
What do you mean by that?
That just say like,
yeah,
what do you want to reply?
See, he replied. I still have
Again?
the message. No, it's this a little earlier message.
Okay.
I still have the notification.
Okay.
Yeah.
He messaged both of us, and to me, he said, just listening to the draft pod now, got to the point where you're talking about me. Just so you know, I graduated in 2008 from Heritage High School. And something else. And then he also messaged Pooya, and he said,
I'm watching the draft and just got to the part where you said you hit me up and ran to check my DMs. I definitely didn't mean to leave you hanging. And then he said, I went to ... If Liana went to Arapahoe High School, she's going to be like emoji. Liana, where'd you go to high school?
I went to Arapahoe. And as soon as, so I didn't see the message. Like, I didn't see that he had messaged me. Pooya was the one who checked his phone first. So he told me, he goes, Steven went to Heritage. And I went, ugh. And then Pooya read the rest of the message, which was Steven basically predicting that I would have, gone, emoji to him being from Heritage. Which is so funny to me. And I think it also was very surprising to Pooya, right? Because you didn't really grow up with this kind of high school culture that we did in the States.
Yeah, because we didn't really have like a sports program that was that rivalry-ish.
Right.
We talked smack about each other a little bit, but that's about it. Like, it wasn't really that deep anyway.
Yeah.
But it also was the nature of how we were. Like, for a lot of us, you just kind of hung out with the people you went to school with, and you didn't really meet anybody from other schools anyway like that until like way later. So it didn't matter.
Well, for us, it was based on competition, right? Because you're competing against them in sports. I did speech and debate. We were competing against them because it was Heritage, Littleton, Arapahoe. Those were the three schools in the area, and Heritage was like our big rivals. So, or one of the rivals. Because Littleton also, but Littleton, I feel like, at least at that time, we kind of just like felt bad for.
Why?
Like they weren't very good at things. But Heritage was like good at stuff. So, like for football rivalries and stuff, it was always Heritage versus Arapahoe was a bigger match. But anyway, so I'm going to try not to judge him for going to Heritage. It's all water under the bridge. That was what year is it?
2004. Is that 8 and 9?
No. What year is it now? 2025.
Yeah.
So 2025. So that was what? It would have been him 17 years ago for him, 16 years ago for me, or more than 17.
16,
yeah. So water under the bridge.
That's what I tried to argue last week.
Yeah. But like in my, like, it's still okay when you're young and you have these formative feelings, you can't help but like feel that same way, even though rationally you understand that like there's no reason to feel this way and we need to root for Steven. But also kind of like, yeah, but he went to Heritage.
Yeah, but the thing is, Steven, I would be rooting for you, but then you got drafted by Shannon, so now I will not be rooting for you.
Oh, that's a good reason. I'll just pretend it's that.
Yeah. So let's give you let's see. Well, by this point, this episode comes out after the premiere, right?
Yeah, it's going to be after the premiere. We're going to know.
In case you haven't checked out the draft or the show yet, skip like 10 minutes. How about that?
Yes. And hopefully neither of us was the grenade, although...
Well, let's get into it. So that's what I want to bring up. So because of the way it's been a weird formatting year, because I won the draft for 48. Y'all already know this. And then we drafted 50 because the cast of 50 got announced and we wanted to get that done before. Because usually with an all-star season, people yap. There's a lot of stuff out there. And like you don't think you're gonna get spoiled on stuff, but you could, and then that just ruins the fun out of everything. You can't be in the draft anymore. So we drafted the minute they flew to Fiji, basically.
Yeah. So before any of that.
And I exercised my right to set the draft order for 50 because that felt more valuable to do. And then so we got left with 49 is going to be a random draw. A wheel is going to decide it. When I tell you the wheel did me dirty, I got 6th pick.
Yeah.
But once again, I think it worked out for me.
Yeah.
Outside of the last pick in the draft being out of my control, I got 2 people that were in my top 4. So
I know. I
kind of lucked out.
That's why when I got to set the draft order, I put myself 6th because people talk about like it's such a bad place to be. I don't think we've ever had a situation where the final pick has been the grenade.
No.
And you get to pick 2 of your top picks pretty much back to back in 6th and 7th. So as long as those people fall to you, I mean, really it depends on kind of like the draft board and how you see it. But yeah, you got 6th, I got 2nd. So that I feel like the wheel kind of niced me on that.
Yeah. I feel like we kind of bookended the draft a little bit. Yeah. But so for me, last season can't be topped because we were both like the tail end of the draft, right?
I don't remember. Man.
I remember being in the tail end because I ended up with Kyle later on.
Yeah. I got Joe. I feel like I was
you know
4th.
What? I think you were 4th because I remember I was 5th, and I'm quoting because I'm not Chappelle, and then Chappelle got 6th.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Because Shannon was mean to us.
Yeah.
And so after that season, that made me realize being in the later picks ain't bad.
Yeah.
As long as you don't have the identical top 4 to like everybody up there, because then you're almost guaranteed to get at least 1, if not 2 of your prospects, which happened to me last season. With I got Kyle and Eva back to back, not back to back. 5th.
I got Joe and Camilla, so like I was also super happy. But I think we lucked out with that draft that everybody else had different reads than we did.
That's what I mean. This season, I feel like the top.
It went pretty much according to what I thought the draft order would be.
There were a couple of surprises up there for me. Like I didn't expect, and again, this is no disrespect, but I didn't expect Steven to be in the top first 6.
Wow, consistently catching hate from the pal.
No, this wasn't hate.
We said no
Don't
offense.
rope me into your nonsense high school drama, okay? I don't want any part of this.
We said no offense. I said you're acting like a bitch. I didn't say you are a bitch.
You're trying to put words in my mouth. You're trying to drag me into your drama. You can tell me. You can say you hate him. I don't hate him. Anyway.
Poor Steven. He seems like such a great dude,
yeah,
too.
Yeah. No, I would argue that so maybe that I should rephrase. There were 2 people or maybe 3 that I did not expect to be in the 3rd round.
Okay.
And that's what was a little surprising to me. And I, for a second, thought, am I about to get someone I actually wanted in the 3rd round?
Yeah.
Did not happen. But, like, I thought Nate. I thought Alex. Yeah. Not Alex, sorry. Alex maybe I thought could be a 3rd rounder for me. But I didn't expect other people to feel that way also. But Nate for sure was a steal in the draft in the 3rd round. I think you got him.
Yeah, I'm super happy with my team. It is all men, which is different for me. Although I got women. David and Joe last time. But
yeah,
I think...
I was going to say, you've been picking these men.
Yeah, but not as like vocally as Shannon, so it's a little bit on the DL.
You don't sound like you're risking it all to pick the big beefy man at 5th pick is the thing. Like you're picking that man in the 2nd, 3rd round when you're like, I could use some safety points. And yeah, Joe, I feel like was a bit of an outlier anyway.
Yeah, I mean Joe was all over the previews. That man was definitely going deep in the season, but David was definitely a bit of a. And I got Jake also, who I feel like could maybe go in that same category if you super simplifying, but. But yeah, so I think there's a likelihood that Shannon, the survivor player, could be the grenade for you.
Which would be a draft first after 10 seasons.
It would be a draft first, but I would be surprised. She's just so physical. I think she would really have to piss people off, and that tribe would have to go to tribal council. So the combination of those 2 things.
That tribe looks strong to me.
Yeah.
I don't think they go in the 1st round. But also, again, 10 drafts in, we've never had the last pick in the draft be the grenade, to my knowledge.
Yeah. So we'll see if
Someone's
that trend
always
continues.
picked the grenade at some point.
Yeah.
I think the earliest the grenade was picked was 43. I think Asia picked the grenade in the 1st round. So.
Brutal.
Fun stats.
Fun stats.
Yeah. But yeah, Survivor premiere is going to be on Wednesday. I'm excited to see how that plays out. I'm really high on this cast, which
me too.
You know, I really feel like they were a 50 afterthought. This 49 was going to be. So the fact that I connected with the cast is good for me because that means I'm going to have a fun ride leading to 50. In fact, I'm like almost dreading 50. I have a feeling like, here's the thing.
Like, what if it sucks?
Like, AU versus the World was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Such a good time. It was also short enough and fast enough that like you blink and you miss it, you're gone.
Yeah.
Survivor regular season is 1 episode a week. Most likely you're looking at 10 to 12 to 13 weeks of content. I worry because I remember what Game Changers did to me.
Yeah.
I worry that I'm going to be sitting through the Red Wedding every week until I'm just like, oh my God, I have no pain left to feel. Winners at War was different to me because Winners at War, it was like everyone is an ace.
Yeah.
And so because I felt like everyone's an ace, I wasn't too defeated. And even then we were getting to the end. I was like, okay, there's like 2 people I can see I want winning. No one else can win.
Winners of War was so tough because it was simultaneously like, it was just disaster every week is almost what it felt like to me. Like it was just so sad every week to lose somebody.
I remember how defeated I felt seeing Natalie Anderson be the first one out.
Yeah.
I was like, this is nuts.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This
Yeah.
is so sad to me. So I'm worried. But you should never go into a season like that because maybe the opposite happens. Maybe it's my ideal boot list. And then I'm getting the perfect season.
We're just going to try to have fun, right?
That's all
what
that
we do.
matters.
That's what we do on the B&B every
Yep,
season. We're
yep.
just going to try to have some fun.
And we're going to have Traders US at that point. We're going to be busy. There's going to be a lot of stuff.
There's plenty of joy. And I think what I remember, I think on News AF, Tyson said that Traders might air first and then House of Villains right after. So like,
oh my God, I forgot about House of Villains. That's going to be a banger too.
I can't wait.
Shoot.
He what did he say? He went, where was he? He was like, yeah, I was in Vegas or somewhere with Tom Sandoval and someone else. It was in New York.
He's on that season also.
It was like a random group of people. Anyway. So, yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Yep.
Have fun on the horizon. Speaking of fun, I want to give credit where credit is due. Liana came up with a very fun segment that I would like to introduce as a weekly. What?
But what if it flops?
It won't flop.
What if people are like, I hate it?
Okay, well, it's not a segment that's going to be 50 minutes long.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's going to be fun.
Okay.
If anything, I would have not said that to put that idea in anyone's head. You're not allowed to say that.
Sorry. It's going to be so fun.
Exactly. So would you like to set up what the idea is?
The idea came from my brain. And I was thinking about music. We all love music, most of us. There is I don't know, I'm panicking. You describe it.
So Liana came up with this idea. I don't remember exactly how she pitched it to me, but then I heard it and then I figured out a format that I could suggest for it, and that's what we're going to run with. But Liana came up with this idea of, you know, those Now That's What I Call Music CDs that were prevalent back in the day? She was like, what if we did a thing where we picked our favorites out of the volumes?
Like each album.
And I thought that was a great idea. Liana pitched it as a standalone pod where it would be like one episode that's what I call music episode, and we go through each. But then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, well, some of these we're going to have like a bunch of songs we want to talk about. And then it's going to be like a lot more, you know, bigger of a conversation. And I didn't want to do it where we like spend so much time on the first volume and then we yada yada through the next like 7 because we don't have time. So I thought, how about we do it like once a week, closer to the tail end of the pod. We run the segment. We look at one of the volumes. We pick our like top 3. We speak on it and then we move on.
Yeah. We need a fun stinger sound.
We can make that
now
happen.
That's what I call music. And then it goes bring, like across the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun.
Boom.
Yeah.
All right. So.
All right. How did we decide we were going to do this?
So we thought, in the interest of both longevity and also giving each one room to breathe, and it's not just us rattling out hella songs, we would do one a week.
Okay.
Are you fine with that?
Yes, I'm good with that.
So we are going with the original U.S. album as the starting point.
Can Clam vote?
No.
Now that's what Clam calls music. She wasn't even alive.
Yeah, so it was, Now That's What I Call Music, simply titled Now, was released October 27, 1998. It was modeled after the highly successful UK series, of now that's what I call music. So
yeah, key distinction. We're doing the U.S. ones.
Yeah, which means we're beginning at 1998, October 27th, 1998.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So I think it would make the most sense if we did 3.
We each pick 3. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
and
down
we can
to
have
do
the
that.
same 3. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
But I thought that would be the best way to go about it.
Do you want to? All right. Well, I think this is. It's a compilation, right? So there's everything
It's
ranging
tough.
from Janet Jackson to Hanson to Cherry Poppin' Daddies to Everclear. It really runs the gambit.
I'm going to put a link of each one we're doing in the description, the Wikipedia link, so people can look at the list for themselves when we get to this segment if they want to.
Yeah. This is really tough for me because I'm drawn, like at that time in my life, I was listening to mostly alternative rock. So I'm like drawn more towards those songs, and I want to like put all 3 of that in that genre. But at the same time, I'm like, what criteria am I ranking on? Because Bop, classic for that time. Cherry Poppin' Daddies
but the thing
covers.
Is, classic for that time isn't classic for Liana.
I can decide how I want to rank my top 3.
I'm just saying, sounds like you're just going to kowtow to whatever was popular at the time, which isn't the move.
I want my top 3 to represent now that's what I call music.
What? Are you the
I want it to be like I want it to be representative because I might give you 2 lists.
No, you're giving me one list of 3. That's it.
I feel like you're going to hate me by the end of these segments.
You just sound like you're trying to make it be like unfun.
No, it's not supposed to be unfun.
It's
is
your
fun.
opinion, not
I know,
others.
but the problem is that there's so many songs that I like.
So you know what list represented now that's what I call music?
What?
Now that's what I call fucking music because this is their list. We are picking 3 for our own personal.
Okay, fine. I'll just pick my favorite 3 from the album. Fine. Is that what you want?
Sounds like I'm torturing you the way you're responding. Ugh, you're ruining everything.
All right, you start.
Oh, okay. I kind of want to just go with number 1 off rip instead of going top like 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
I'm going As Long As You Love Me by the Backstreet Boys as my number 1.
See, here's the problem, and you're gonna get mad at me for this,
I'm
and
not
it's
gonna
allowed.
To be clear, I'm not going to get mad at you. So don't do that. Don't put that on me.
Okay. I'm gonna share an opinion. I know what's on the next ones because I listened to these albums. So I know there's better Backstreet Boys songs
and they
later.
Could get, and I don't. So for me, they could still get picked number 1.
Okay, but see, I'm like almost wanting to I feel like I'm diversifying my song portfolio.
So here's what is happening. Let me paint you a scenario.
I can't just live in a silo.
I'm about to treat you like ChatGPT and lock you into a corner and make you work with whatever you're given. So you are in the Big Brother house.
Okay.
There are 17 songs available.
Okay.
You just won HOH.
Okay.
You can pick 3 of them to listen to.
Okay.
That's it. There's no other music. That's it.
All right. I can work with that. Oh, who's that?
Why you don't think ahead. Nothing else exists. Nothing else exists. Just this.
I'm doing my best.
Okay, so for me, I like this song. I also loved the music videos from the Backstreet Boys. So this was a very easy decision for me.
Yeah. Okay. That's your number 1.
Yeah. And like I like that it's an inclusive number.
I'm putting myself in the Big Brother house.
Cancel this segment.
I'm putting myself. I'm trying to abide by the rules put in front of me.
Okay, there's no rules, but what I'm saying is just have fun with it.
Okay, fine. My top 2 in no particular order are "I Will Buy You a New Life" by Everclear and "Sex and Candy" by Marcy's Playground.
So you just rattled off 2 instead of 1.
I said in no particular order.
Yo, this segment is ass.
Fine, I'll put "I Will Buy You a New Life" first.
Okay, why is that?
Because when I think about songs I want to listen to, those are 2 of my like top 2 songs from this particular playlist that I would want to listen to. So, I mean, there's a bunch. Like, the problem is there's so many that fall under kind of like that next category that I would be really happy to listen to. So I'm struggling to pick the third, but those were for sure my top 2. "I Will Buy You a New Life" and "Sex and Candy."
Yeah. So the reason why I chose to go with my number 1 was because that was an easy one to do.
Okay.
It is. I thought 3 would give me plenty of like room to be like, oh, whatever.
I
but
know.
I'm like, bro, there's like I could go 6 on this list. So I will then go to 3.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Third pick, I'm giving one that is just, it's iconic. Again, growing up for me, a lot of my music came from the music on television. So like music videos were prevalent. So this music video is iconic, very memorable.
Okay.
And this song still comes up. It's still one of those songs where like when people are rattling off a song as a pretend thing, they sing this. It's Aqua and it's Barbie Girl at number 3.
See, I considered Aqua in my third spot with Barbie Girl. I think the issue is that there are other songs I would like. It's a good meme pop song. Like if I'm at the roller skating rink, I want to hear Barbie Girl.
Yeah.
All right. But is that really what I want to add to my top 3 as I'm like building this playlist?
Right. Yeah. So I'm afraid to give you another scenario to work with because then that might change everything you do the rest of the series.
But no, just hit me up.
You are making a time capsule album.
Yeah, so you can't say that because then
It'll ruin
I'm
everything
going to
for
think
you.
ahead because I'm going to be like, I do want to include the Backstreet Boys, but there's better Backstreet Boys on later albums. So no.
Yeah, each series is independent. So I can pick the same 3 artists next week and I don't think twice, but I think you will think twice.
I will 100% think
so
that. I'm already
you
thinking
do your
ahead.
own metric.
Yeah, I need to consider this in solely isolative terms.
Was that good, the Big Brother HOH thing? That worked for you?
Yeah, that really worked
Okay.
because I'm thinking about I'm in the HOH room and I have to listen to these songs over and over again. Which ones do I want? Because I would say, so I'm not going to pick Barbie Girl and I'm not going to pick Bop, even though I love both of those songs. But what can I listen to on repeat, on repeat, on repeat, on repeat? Like what is Liana's stimming songs as she's stuck in the Big Brother house? And it's just not those. Right. Same with like Zoot Suit Riot, which I would pick as like a representative of that time America loved the Cherry Poppin' Daddies for some reason. But I can't because I would get sick. Like I would want to hear it once, but then I would get sick of it.
Okay. Well, so what's your third pick?
I've decided my third pick is Fastball.
Okay.
With The Way.
Okay.
So, because again, I think about like what are the songs that I'm going to listen to on repeat from that particular album, and those are the 3.
Okay. Do you have an honorable mention you want to put out there? Just one. Just one.
No, just one.
Just one.
All right. Well, I already talked about Aqua. I already talked about. Ooh.
What's your?
Okay. I might consider "Say You'll Be There" by the Spice Girls, or "Flagpole Sitta" would be a good one as well.
The Spice Girls song and "All My Life" would have been my 2 honorable mentions.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
My third is "Fly Away" by Lenny Kravitz.
So that's another. See, there was like this third tier of songs. Fastball, I could consider popping up to my top tier, but there's like this third tier of songs or second tier of songs that I would just be so happy to listen to. I will say though, this was not one of my favorite of the Now That's What I Call Music albums.
When I looked at this, I was like, this is like
fine.
It's still a little difficult, but I know there's going to be harder ones down the road probably.
Yes, yeah. I absolutely know there's harder ones down the road, and there's some that I listen to the whole album on repeat that I know are going to be so tough.
Well, the good news is for you because you know what the series is now, you're going to be getting your reps in.
That's what's so tough. I just went ahead to the second one, and I'm already struggling.
Why would you look at it from now
I'm already struggling.
Oh my God. See, I'm not going to look at it till next podcast.
And like the issue is that there's some people who have, for example, been canceled. And I'm like, do I want to include, like there was a universe where like that song I would have been bopping.
That
but
ends up being a Liana thing.
Oh no!
Can Liana separate the song and the memory she has with the song from what she knows now?
The art from the artist.
Right.
Liana's going to struggle with this.
So
I really struggle ranking things sometimes.
I think you don't struggle with ranking. What you struggle with is when you have to pick certain things that have to be ranked and the rest get left behind. If we said rank these 17 songs 1 through 17, I think you'd have 0 issues.
Yeah. Okay. That's understandable. Yes. Because I feel bad.
For what?
Like JoJo got left behind.
Yeah, I'm sure JoJo's fine.
Yeah, I know, but I feel bad.
Why?
Because all the artists need their own love and representation.
They get there. They're fine. They're not listening to this.
Poor Janet Jackson. Oh my God. There's this one radio station that continues to play the same Paula Abdul song over and over and over again. Have I told you about this?
Nope.
Oh my God. It's like every day when I'm driving to work and I'm going home. I don't know if they have some kind of quota that they have to play Paula Abdul all the time.
Well, quite frankly, I don't think they're anticipating anyone's listening to the radio.
People listen to the radio.
Yeah, but like, I feel like most people are throwing an aux cord up or Bluetoothing it.
All right. Well, I listen to the radio to and from work mainly because don't laugh at me.
I didn't laugh. Are you okay? I wanted to say before I got interrupted, let us know in the comments what your 3 would be. Take a look at the list and let us know. I would be very curious.
Yeah.
And there's no winner in this. So if you prefer Liana's list, say that. If you prefer my list, say that. That's fine.
I mean, there's no right or wrong answer.
Exactly.
Right? You're just cultivating the music that you like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. I think that concludes everything for this week. Unless there's
Okay.
anything you wanted to bring up.
I mentioned the Paula Abdul radio station. So, we went to the Minnesota United FC game. They lost.
We did.
In stoppage time.
They lost
overtime.
in the 120th minute of extra
brutal.
time. It was like deflating because we were literally one possession away from just going to penalties, which, mind you, would have sucked for a whole other thing. I hate penalties. Give me anxiety. So we were saved, but not the way you'd want. Because I was like, I'd rather go to penalties now that we're losing.
Yeah.
And I think we were the better team on the day, but I think
agree.
we just had no gas left in the tank in extra time.
Yeah.
They were definitely the better team on extra time.
Well, the issue is that we fell behind early, so Minnesota had to push.
Then we
and I
caught
think
up.
that kind of and then we
and then
tied
that momentum
it.
stayed.
And then you kind of gas yourself out when you're pressuring.
Yeah.
But it was very fun. We met up with a patron friend, in case I don't want their name mentioned, but that was very fun because we got to be right close to the front, which was so cool.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to heckle the goalie, like the opposing team goalie. His name was Brad, which is just a very fun name to heckle with.
Yeah.
Like it's a good name.
It was weird because like I'm of the mindset of heckle fine, but like don't heckle don't get too extreme.
I think it has to be creative. Like if you're going to heckle me, I want to be able to laugh at the heckling. So like I think the hair gel heckle, I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that's fine. It was the people that were like F-bombing.
Yeah, just like F you Brad. No, like that
like,
is inappropriate.
But also it's not if you tap into like British football.
Oh,
where
well,
it's
yeah, sure.
10 times worse. But personally for me, I was like, I can't do it like this.
So
but also the British ones, I will say, when they're doing the chants and they're making stuff, I'm like, y'all made it a song. That's funny.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
So I tried to come up with some creative ones. So he was number 1. And so I tried to be like, you're number 1 because that's the number of fans you have.
Yeah.
Mine ended up being a little bit too long.
Yeah, Liana's were wordy. Like, I'm pretty sure the man didn't hear anything by like midpoint of the delivery.
No, but I was amused by it.
But here's the thing we learned, right? So we lost that game. And we have been watching the Vikings play for how many weeks now? They've been losing and stuff. So we realized the only time we have watched a Minnesota team win is when that first Minnesota United FC game we went to. And that's still, the win came in extra time. It was like still a little touch and go for a bit. But we learned one thing. So the first game of the Viking season, we watched the first half and they were losing bad. And then Liana got ready for bed. I went up to my room. I had it on in the background and they started winning.
It was when JJ threw the pick 6 that I was like, okay, I'm going to bed.
Yeah. And then I came into the bedroom and I was like, Liana, Vikings are winning. So then we watched the remainder of the game together.
Yeah. Week 2.
Week 2.
I was sitting down. I was ready to watch.
Pummeled. Then week 3, we had the draft, so we couldn't watch it. Right?
Well, no, it was earlier in the day, but you forebode me.
Did I forebode you?
You were like, you shouldn't watch it. And I was like, that's fine. I have other stuff I need to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
And they
won better than they've ever won this season.
The issue is that I do want to watch them on Sunday.
The issue is you're cursed.
I know. I'm cursed.
Well, yeah.
It's devastating. So I think I need to watch other teams to hopefully curse them instead.
No, just watch on Sunday and let's see what happens.
All right, I think we need more data.
Yeah, that's always something.
And they're playing in Dublin, I think, right?
I believe this is the Dublin game.
I think this is the
Dublin. Because it's earlier in the day game.
Yes, and I have Pilates at 7 a.m. and the game starts at 8:30, so it's kind of perfect.
Oh, does it 8:30?
Yeah, 8:30 a.m.
God, ugh. I mean, for them it's not 8:30.
Ooh, breakfast burritos. I think I'm gonna have a breakfast burrito
on Sunday.
Yeah.
And you've made this decision on 7 p.m. on Tuesday.
Yeah. Do you not plan your meals like that?
A week in advance?
Not a week in advance.
5 days in advance?
But like you don't think about like what you want to eat for your fun food like later in the week? Oh.
Very rarely. Sometimes I'm like, oh, this week we're sushi.
When I made Indian food, that was because I was craving it the week before, and I was like, oh, I'm going to cook Indian food this weekend. Yeah. Okay. My dad plans his last bite too.
Okay.
Or at least has some cognitive thought associated with food order.
That's nice.
Yes. So, just throwing it out there.
You're coming off very defensive. To be clear, no one said what you do is weird or like uncharacteristic of a regular. Like no one's saying it's irregular.
It's not.
Yeah.
And even if it was, I'm proud to be me.
Sounds like you needed more people to validate it before you felt comfortable being this way.
That is correct. But now I'm proud to be me.
Well, if anything, I found out that more people do what you do than what I do.
Oh.
And I say, okay, I still do me.
Yeah, and that's also fine. Yeah. You can be proud to be you as well.
That I am.
We're all confident.
Yeah. All right. So.
Don't rub your eye.
That was my nose.
Okay.
All right. Shall we get out of here?
Bye.
We haven't plugged yet.
I have plugs. The B&B. Okay. I did it.
Who's your guest this week?
I don't know.
Amazing. This B&B is run like the Navy. Just so organized. So well put together.
Mike and I had a whole planning conversation, and we're just trying to, we're ironing out the fire. We got some irons in the fire.
That's not a thing?
We have irons in the fire,
You're
which is
ironing out the details is what they say.
Yes, and I merge the two together. There's irons in the fire, and we're ironing out the details. Both things can be true.
Okay. You know what we didn't talk about is Mafia.
Okay.
So watch Mafia and find out what.
Yes.
It's hard to. I say that, but then I was like, I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Like,
yeah.
Unlike a Survivor or a Big Brother, where it's like, oh, it'll be outdated in a week. Like,
yeah.
That you could just tune in whenever and watch it if you're not spoiled. So I don't want to say anything.
Yeah.
Just
go
check it out. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of good memes that came out of it. It appropriately will hype you up for Traders Canada, so that's good.
Yeah, we love
anyway,
that.
Yeah. Okay, so check out the B&B. We got that part. Find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Pooya. And then 90 Day Fiance. I'm still doing that. Still going on. Don't know if Russell Hanson's coming in. Still not confirmed there. And
Ireland.
Traders Ireland. Yep. Myself and Annabelle will be talking about the finale this week. And then all eyes go to Celebrity Traders UK Season 1.
Ugh, I can't wait. I'm so excited for UK celeb. Because, like, some of those, like, I don't know what some of those people are going to do. Mm-hmm. I can't wait.
Should be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
All right. Well, y'all come check that out when it drops. But for now, take care. Have a good one.